All right, guys. Good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're watching this interview. I'm so excited. I have the lovely Mayar Burton here with Atlanta Communities. We're so excited to have her on the Real Estate Marketing Podcast today. And I definitely I reached out to Mayar because I've met her several times. I've been in her office. She really has a really good team she's put together, positive. Everyone in her office they just so welcoming, so hospitable. So I wanted to bring her on and really help, as a broker, a real estate broker. I really would like for her to give some inputs, a little bit of feedback on, things that she's doing to keep her agents motivated, and maybe some tips she can give as well for her own career, her own growth, and staying positive and productive right now. And so, Mayar, welcome so much to the Real Estate Marketing Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So how are you doing? Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So let's just talk about right now. How are you doing with everything? How is everything going? Is everything flowing as to be expected, or is anything weird right now? How are you handling everything?
Well, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm healthy. I'm grateful for that. That's all you can ask for right now. And I'm just honestly trying to stay busy. We're still, coming into the office. So that's helped me maintain a sense of normalcy almost. So I don't know what it's like to be quarantined at home or whatnot, but that's helped me mentally to be able to come into the office. We're social distancing and we're, being smart about it. But, I'm just trying to stay busy and productive at the same time.
There's something about having to get up and put on pants every day, or a skirt, or even a pencil skirt.
Exactly.
It's something. Yeah. So yeah, I want to first, if you could just share a little bit about your background. How did you get into real estate? Tell us about your office and just your leadership style, all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm Mayar Burton. I have been a managing broker now for about 4 years. But before that, I've been in the real estate industry for about 15. So right out the womb, I thought real estate would be a good thing.
Of course, yeah.
And I got right into it. But, I've been very fortunate to have started out so young. And, I started my career with Keller Williams, was there for 9.5 years, started out as a brand new newbie and was like, I think I want the weekends off, let me get into real estate, and quickly realized that was so not the case. And I was so naive, but I grew from it and I learned my way through it. Started as the crash hit. So, as things were going down, I really worked my behind off and learned everything that I needed to learn, excel at this, and got an opportunity with Keller Williams to be on the admin side of things, and realized that I kind of like that side of, like, the management side, office side of things, because I'm very structured. So I took that opportunity and continued to sell at the same time. That opportunity grew into other opportunities, where then I became the trainer for Keller Williams and went around to different offices and taught technology, dot loop, e-edge, all that good stuff. And then I got a wonderful opportunity with Atlanta Communities. I just celebrated my 5-year anniversary with them on Wednesday, and it's been an amazing journey. And through that, our CEO, Judson Adamson, saw something in me that I didn't quite see myself. And he was like, hey, you want to, how about you go and get your broker's license? And he kind of pushed me into that. So,
wow, that's amazing.
And
I know when you're able to verbalize your career trajectory, you don't realize how much that has happened over the 15 years. So it's nice to put it into words.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it, like 5 years, it flew by. It feels like yesterday where I was just joining Atlanta Communities.
That's amazing. Now, I want to go back a little bit. You told me that you were in the industry when the bubble burst. So that was like 2008, 2009, 9-ish, or that time. What helped you? Because a lot of people got out of the industry back then. what made you stay? What helped you move through that time and be able to secure your career in real estate, even during a challenging time?
Yeah. One thing my broker at the time, Diana Forgerson, told me as I was interviewing, I'm this 21-year-old thinking, real estate is fun. I want the weekends off. And she looked at me and she said, now you realize only 2 of every 10 agents make it past their first year. Are you going to be one of the 2 or one of the 8? And I looked at her and I was like, oh God, I want to be one of the 2, I don't want to fail at this. So I worked, and, my sphere was very small at the time. And this was like 2006, 2007 time. So I really looked to the agents that were in my office, and I established a lot of relationships that way. I would help them with their marketing, with, things that they were weak in, I excelled at, and vice versa, because they had the spheres, right? So I would help them with showings, and eventually that helped me kind of build my pipeline. So
Wow.
that's how I worked it. A lot of open
Super
houses.
smart.
Well,
Yeah.
I tried. I wasn't going to fail at this.
Yeah.
And then having that other position with the company helped as well. And, that really helped me take off.
Wow, I love that. Maya, I talk to real estate agents and realtors, real estate professionals all the time. And so many of them, unfortunately, it's a very competitive industry. I totally understand. I'm not in real estate, but I was in sales. And I understand how you're commission based. Of course, it's very, very competitive. But I'm surprised at the many real estate professionals I speak with who are afraid to collaborate, who are afraid to partner with other realtors. So it sounds like that actually helps you grow and solidify really good relationships in the industry. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and I made lifelong friends. Everybody that I started out with, I still talk to till today, because it's all about relationships, whether you're an agent trying to, in every aspect of it, really, it all
Hmm.
goes back to relationship building.
Absolutely. So let's talk about right now. I know it is a challenging time for a lot of people that, there are a lot of uncertainties. Is that what you're seeing right now? Or, without getting too specific, I understand, but are you seeing your agents, are you seeing a level of fear? Are you seeing people wanting to lay down their real estate career? Or are you seeing the opposite right now?
From a brokerage standpoint, we are still super busy. We're getting listings, we're getting contracts, we're getting earnest money checks, but it's only natural to, for agents to have that sense of uncertainty, especially
Mhm.
during a time of crisis like this, where really nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can tell you what the future holds. But the thing is, where I come in is I'm trying to keep them informed, keep them updated with everything as it transpires, because really like an hour by hour type of thing, things change day by day. So we're all really learning together, and we're all in it together. And I'm very fortunate to have, a CEO and a president and a great leadership team that keeps us informed and kind of trickles it down to the agents as well. But just keeping them productive as well, so they don't kind of go into their little nook and say, okay, I'm going to put real estate off for a while. There's a great opportunity for them to be working on the 1,000 things that we just never had
Mhm.
time to do before.
Yes.
Right? And my CEO shared one thing with me that I kind of keep in the back of my mind, and I wrote it down here in my notes just so I didn't forget. But in the midst of crisis is opportunity. So I'm always about, where the opportunity lie. What can we be doing today that's going to kind of help us 3 to 4 months from now, if and when things get better.
That's
So
awesome. Yeah, I love that. It sounds like you have very supportive leadership too.
I do. I do,
Yeah.
definitely. Mhm.
That's awesome. So can you let us know maybe some other real estate professionals who may not have that type of support, who may need some ideas in terms of just some real tangible things that they can do today to help feel like they're more productive right now?
start with your database, call all your friends, families. You never know what's going on with that person. They may be isolating by themselves and lonely. So just check in with everybody and just say, hey, how can I help you? Just be a sounding ear and, just talk to them really. Write note cards. And, during this crisis, we actually launched a new CRM system back in February called Page 4.
Yes, lots of my clients were calling me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very excited.
I find it like the perfect timing, really, because that's when, CRMs are not agents' favorite things. We always subscribe to them, but do we really use them? I don't know. It depends on the person. So now has been a great opportunity for agents and other professionals as well, to just scrub their database, reach out to their clients, just check in, say, hey, and just keep themselves busy that way.
Awesome.
But those are two big things that we've been doing, even from a brokerage level, as well as there's been so many great trainings out right now through GAR and NAR and ARA and FMLS and Georgia MLS. Go ahead and, educate yourself on all those things that you've been trying to perfect for however long.
Absolutely.
So lots and lots of tools and resources out there. As
Absolutely.
well as, I'll add one more thing that
I've really please. Keep it coming.
I have so but listening to podcasts, in the morning. I love Brian Buffini. I love John Maxwell and Jay Shetty, just for, your mental, your mental wellness. And I think that's important as well. So those are three of my favorites.
Those are all awesome ideas. And leading into mental, just staying positive right now, I'm actually secretly loving quote unquote social distancing, but I don't share that I'm sharing it with everybody now, but I usually don't tell everybody. I just kind of love it because there are so many things that I was laying on the back burner, and now I have the time to do. Like, I have a garden now.
What are
my
you planting?
We're onion. You have a garden?
I a little one, very, very little.
What are you growing? What have you grown?
I'm starting with basil and mint, and just FYI, Costco has them. Not that I was out shopping, I was doing my essentials, right?
Yeah. We're not judging.
Just basil and mint. Yeah, that's all.
Same here. Well, okay, so Mayar, I'm growing the basil and the oregano and stuff, and I have my husband out doing the dirty work. He's doing the potatoes and the onions and stuff. I'm just overseeing the project, So I haven't, but I love it. It's just something about, I always saw my mom and my grandma, growing a thing. It's just something beautiful about growing something from the earth. So, and it's therapeutic as well. So leading into that, just having a hobby, having something that takes you outside really helps with mental clarity and mindset. And you seem like a very positive, motivated person. What are some advice that you can give our listeners today on just how to just stay sane in these weird, crazy times?
Absolutely. And, that's one thing that I try to always be positive and look on the bright side of things and not allow myself to get in that negative mindset. I think it's really important, especially because it trickles down, right? Even in conversation, misery loves company. So what are you putting out there? But things that help me are just talking to our other brokers a lot and talking to our agents. That helps me stay positive. I follow a lot of positive Instagram pages, like Success Magazine. I love that one. And back to Brian Buffini and John Maxwell. But, I try to not watch too much news, only enough to stay educated and up to date with what's going on. But that's kind of like a black hole that you can get sucked into. But aside from that, just spending time with family and really taking opportunity of where we are in the moment, because we're going to look at this maybe even 2 weeks from now and say, I wish I would have done so and so, whatever during this time, whether it's updating my database or even gardening, or going out for walks and just enjoying where we are in the moment and not having so much anxiety of what's going to happen or fear of what already happened.
That's a beautiful outlook. My daughter had a birthday during quarantine, March 31st, and it was so weird. This year was the year that I baked her a cake instead of buying her a cake. This was the year that we threw her just a mini party. And this was the year that instead of fancy things, and we actually got in the car and listened to oldie music and drove up to the, mountains. It's the little things. So it's, definitely the little things.
And cherish this family time, because we might not have this again where, you're kind of quarantined with your family. And like me, I mean, my mom is with me, and we've had kind of like a movie night every night, and we've never done that before, so
That's
it's been
awesome.
really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. So do you have any ending advice or anything else that you want to give, or any last input about productivity, mindset, anything else? I know you got a bunch of notes that were you able to share them all with us today?
Yes. I'm a planner. That's why staying productive has not been an issue for me. If you've ever taken, have you ever read the book Strength Finders?
No. Tell me about it.
So that's a really good book, and at the end of it is a test, a little quiz that you take that tells you all about your strengths. So my number one strength is I'm an overachiever. So I like to create more work for myself than is needed, and I have to keep that in my mind, in the back of my mind, because it reflects in everything that I do. So I wrote up notes in here, but is there anything else that I would like to share? Yes, just stay safe, be awesome, be healthy, and be smart. And back to what we were saying, just use this time to your advantage, because if that means spending more time with your family or being productive in your work, make the most of it. One day we're going to all look back and say, remember when we were quarantined? Believe it or not, we're going to miss this time. So just stay positive. And as the great Mark Hall says, be kind to everyone, because you just never know what's going on with them, personally and mentally. And that's really important to keep in mind, because I am guilty of this, because I ordered Instacart and it wasn't ready in time, and I was so mad. But I was like, just reel it back. It's not anybody's fault, I can go and get the stuff myself. So it's going to be fine. It's okay.
Yeah. I definitely relate with you on creating more work for myself, and that's totally unnecessary. I completely relate with you on that, in that aspect. I'm not a type A though, but I am, I'm an overachiever. And that does keep me sometimes a level of frustration that's unnecessary. So I can only empathize with you. Those were awesome tips though, Mayar. I really appreciate all the value that you gave to us today. I'm so thankful for your time.
Thank you for having me. And remember, there's a difference between being productive to stay busy and being productive to be productive. So
that's right.
Which spectrum are you on?
You got to pick and choose that battle.
Exactly.
So Mayar, can you tell us, I know you're very active on Instagram. Is that the place where people can check you out and that sort of thing? Is that where you'd like to get some follows, or is there somewhere else online we can find you?
Facebook and Instagram are my top two. I'm also on LinkedIn, and I'm trying to use it, more. But professionally, those are my three top platforms. And I am now taking this time to embrace TikTok and learn all about that, because, now is the time to be learning about new technologies, and just to stay relevant and to know what's in, basically.
Awesome. You'll have to message me offline your TikTok profile. We'll be checking those dance moves out and seeing if you're making that TikTok coffee. So
Right.
Well, Mayar, this was such a pleasure. I really appreciate your time today. I know that our listeners and our watchers are going to get a lot of value from our conversation. And I really appreciate you being here with me today.
Thank you. Stay
All right.
safe.
You too. Take care, okay?
All right.
Bye. All right. Bye.